general because I know that Allah knows what's best for me.
Okay. Okay.
Isn't it like built in? Well, first of all, speaking to the whole asking for like, Ya Allah, make me closer to you, all these things, I think that's totally fine because Prophet ﷺ used to make du'as like, Ya muqallib al-qulub, thabbit qalbi ala dinik, like, Ya Allah, make my heart firm on your religion. Like the Prophet ﷺ is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like, make me firm in this religion. So
Okay.
I think we can definitely ask for the same and definitely ask to be guided and make me closer to you and all these things. But with asking for specific things, I think that's fine because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give it to you if it's good for you. If it's not, then He'll save it. You know.
I think both is fine because, like,
Oh, that was what my first response is. Why not do both?
yeah,
Right.
'cause I think, I mean, I feel like there's like kind of this hesitance in our conversation to ask for specific things because we trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's best for us, but like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows we're humans too. Like we're not all just, like, oh, Allah, make us like really close to you, and like we're worried about like these worldly things, and that's just part of being human, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that. So I mean, even asking for like lowly things, like I think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to ask. Like it doesn't matter that it's like a lowly human need. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us that way, so that's okay that we ask like for specific, lowly things because that's.
In the etiquette of dua, you are supposed to ask for specific things.
Okay.
Otherwise everyone just general dua. You know what I mean? But that was my understanding. That that's the etiquette of dua. You have to say specific things, exactly what you want. So there shouldn't be anything wrong with that.
What do you think about the argument Ifat is making, which is basically that whatever things that I'm asking for that are specific, it's the value that I've given it, right? And so why aim for that as an end and not just go straight for the prayers, oh, let me be close to you? See what I'm saying?
Because making a sincere dua is an end in itself, and if at a given moment my sincere desire is to, I don't know, have wonderful food before us or something like that, and make it and then that, and I try and tell myself, no, that's not what I should do. I should be praying for something better than that, deeper than that. Then maybe I'm actually detracting from my dua.
That the act of dua in itself is an act of submission, right? That is by definition an act of submission. Okay? And if we take the route that, oh, Allah, give me what's best for me, which is fine, right? But I'm suggesting that for some of us, that's going to lead to apathy about dunya, about people in dunya. That was essentially the argument that I was giving, right? That we know the Prophet had a favorite food, had a favorite smell, liked to ride horses and all that stuff, right? And a lesson to take from that is to be immersed in the world, right? You're just appreciating the world for what it is. So if you like nice things, by all means, appreciate those things, right? This is also the third level of Sharia anyway. We talked about this way when we were talking about the slaughter of the cow, right? One level of the Sharia is just setting up what your foundations are, and then how do you fulfill those, but then also beautifying things, right? So if you're praying to have wonderful, beautiful things, that I'd say it's a good thing. What do you think?
I think that when I think about it, when you're thinking about the distant, like future versus the immediate, I think it's more sincere when it's immediate need. Like if I'm in pain,
Yeah.
and I ask for relief from that pain, that's very sincere. But if
Okay.
I'm asking for something like, I don't know, like a certain nice thing in the future or something,
Like, give me an example.
I don't know,
like a samosa or what?
I don't know, like maybe
Well,
something.
I was arguing like 3 months ago that samosas, hummus is better than samosas. I changed my mind. Samosas is better.
Way better.
What are better?
They're way better.
That's my favorite. Yeah, go ahead.
Everyone comes alive and mentions food.
Yeah.
Hummus.
So what I'm suggesting is that our outlook is to really look at and appreciate all the wonderful things, and to specifically desire wonderful things, right? In halal manners. That in itself, I would say, is not insincere, right? Yeah, sure. If I'm in pain, I don't want to be in pain. That sounds like a sincere prayer, but I like this thing because it makes me happy. I don't think that's insincere. Yes,
I
ma'am.
think you're allowed to give value to things because, like, all the time in the Quran, it's like, look in the heavens and the earth
Yeah.
and see, like, appreciate those signs that I've given you. So it's like, like, yeah, Allah, give me this so I can appreciate it because it's come from you, yeah?
That's a nice point. So if I have the outlook that it's still coming from Allah Ta'ala, then it can be a tool. The things that I like can be a way for me to get closer to Allah Ta'ala. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Is this I don't know if it's a saying or if it's a hadith or something, but it's like, I
Half
think it's
stuff I
a
say is made up. So
No, I think it's a saying, like, don't even be afraid to, like, ask for dua if it's even for, like, a broken shoe or something, like.
Yeah, you would even encourage you to pray for your shoelaces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
I'm sorry.
What,
She's like, what?
What do you think about
Talking to
praying
me?
for
Yeah.
specific things?
You know, I think
of the most already.
Sorry?
You just order on my
When I think about it
samosas.
sometimes,
Yeah.
I feel that
Crunch.
I feel like when it's like a dire need, it's much more sincere. But when it's a want and it's a desire, I feel like, to me, like when I pray for that, part of it is like, does it really matter to me? Like, do I really care about it? Like, I do, but it's like if I don't get it, I'm not gonna be, you know.
Fine, I agree with that.
I
But I would
guess,
say
yeah,
that's a measurement of sincerity, though. Right? I wouldn't call that a
Because you
measurement
know,
of
because you know what
sincerity.
you're supposed to pray. It's supposed to be like super sincere, but can you really be super sincere about some of these things? Like,
But why not pray for those things?
right?
Like
yeah,
Well,
I
that's
agree.
how you feel.
And the other thing is that when you do that, you're creating an attachment to it. When you're so sincere about something that's, you know, outside of the realm of need, you know.
But what I'm suggesting is
what you're
that
asking for. Like if
So-
you're asking to get into medical school or like a big house, there's a difference between the two, you know?
I agree. No, I agree with you.
But
I feel like that's not about nafs. The first one isn't about nafs, but maybe a big house is.
But
but,
even the big
I-
house.
but I'm suggesting that the big house might not be. But even if it is, what's wrong with
But
it?
isn't that kind of
also,
an
like, we're
oxymoron?
trying to
What?
figure out
Closer
what's
of your family.
You're supposed to
What's the-
decrease your nafs and
Okay.
increase, you know, your spirituality or your.
I think if you
I
ask
feel
for
like
the
it's
big,
an oxymoron.
I think if you ask
Okay.
for the
Because
big
you're asking
house,
for something that can increase your nafs and your want for worldly things and your want for dunya.
Okay.
I think if
But-
you couple it with the dua, give me what's best for me, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
but
And the big,
if
the big,
it's if it's
Intention.
It's like a
if it's
dua
halal,
asterisk.
if it's halal, I'm saying jump in head first.
But then what if you get so obsessed with your house that you just don't pray as much? Like,
Okay,
what
well
if you-
that's a different issue, right?
That's a personal problem.
But it might be
Well,
someone
I'm
else.
just saying it's part of the nafs, right?
But-
It's part of dunya.
Someone else might pray more if they have the wonderful big
Yeah,
house,
that's
right?
true.
Yeah.
but
Yes.
also,
You got it.
There, when I was like, this isn't really an answer, this is just comment. Like when I was like
Don't
5
you-
years old.
uncles and aunties never give any
That was
answers.
like
Yeah,
2 years
right?
ago.
Okay, so when I was like 5 years
That was
old,
like 2 years
I
ago.
used to make these du'as like, yeah, Allah give me a cat. So if I have a cat, I'll be happy. And then when I'm happy, I remember you, so I'll pray more because I have a cat. So
Okay.
that was kind of like those du'as that I used to make. So I think it's like like you can ask him to give you stuff, but like it's like the aftermath of it. Like
Okay.
will it distract me from you like that?
Okay.
Right.
So were you making another point?
No.
Okay, so you're saying it's cool to pray for specific things.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was big, yes. Yeah.
I mean, I just wanted
Did
to.
the cat arrive?
No, she won't let me.
Don't worry.
Because I'm sure
That was
she
awesome.
also prayed, "Oh Allah, please make my mother be the most wonderful mother." And so that meant no cat. Yes.
No kidding.
Like, what do you think? I've heard this, like, statement, like, thrown around in regards to dua before. So I don't know, I just want to get your thoughts on it. It was like, you shouldn't go to the doctor's office and ask for a specific prescription when you don't know what you're talking about. That's the way it was with dua.
That sounds exactly like something we say in our community to
Yeah.
kill duas.
Yeah.
So I would.
I don't know, like, that's just what I've
Yeah.
heard, and I don't think
Yeah.
that's right.
Another thing that we commonly say to kill duas is Allah Ta'ala is only going to answer out of His wisdom. Like, yeah, obviously, but I'm sure we've all found these things. But the point is that even if I don't know what's best for me, can't I just ask, "Oh Allah, please give me a cat," and make it be best for me?
I always make that dua. One thing about like these specific
We're not allowed to have
lowly
cats.
things, like the big house and stuff like that. Like we're trying to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or we're trying to make ourselves closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And like we're not ideal beings, so we can't present this. Oh
You might not
Allah,
be,
like
but,
make us, like just make us closer to you and stuff like that. Like when you like talk to your friends and like your closest friends, you're talking about the stupid stuff that you want in your daily life, or like the stupid stuff you're going through in your daily life. And again, I think that's just a thing of being a human being, and that is what like makes your connection with something else, somebody else, or like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is stronger, that you can present all of your like, you know, smallest, stupidest concerns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because like He's obviously your creator. He knows that you have all of these concerns. So I think
agreed. But I'm saying, don't even call those things stupid.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, as in the context of this conversation. Yeah.
You raise your hand one time.
Think this way.
I was thinking, is it okay to ask a dua which is conditional?
Like?
Because
everyone's like, yeah.
Suppose if I ask for a lot of help.
Yeah.
But with the wealth comes the responsibility.
Great power.
I may get power and I may abuse it. I may become a very bad man. I may, move around to Las Vegas, spend money and get spoiled.
I'm going to Las Vegas in like 2 weeks.
So this way I could ask for a wealth, but with the condition that, hey, if this is going to hurt me, don't give me.
Yeah, if you want. Or ask Allah to give me more wealth and make me come closer to you with it, right? I mean, I don't see any problem with that.
There's like this scary story that I heard. Like, it is hadith. So it was like, some man asked the Prophet ﷺ, like, Ya Allah, like, can you make? He told the Prophet ﷺ, like, can you make dua that I get more wealth and more camels or something?
Okay.
And then the Prophet ﷺ said, are you sure? And he's like, yes. And then he made the dua. It came true. And then eventually the herder guy had to move farther away from the masjid so that his camels or sheep or whatever could have more space. And then when a time came for zakat was revealed, he basically stopped coming to the masjid as frequently, so he didn't know about zakat. And then he told the Sahaba, go collect zakat from him. The guy said, no, I'm not going to give, I don't know what this is, I'm not going to give you guys zakat or whatever. And then he came back, and eventually he figured out, zakat, like, this is real, whatever. And then, the Prophet ﷺ said, no, he didn't accept zakat from him.
I mean, it is definitely an important point that whatever I'm praying for, implicitly I'm also praying for everything that goes along with it, right? So if I'm praying for, so I remember when I first got an iPad, I was like, oh, technology, I'm finally in the 20th century, right? And then I had to get a case, I had to get apps, I had to get all this other stuff. So whatever I figured out I was going to spend, I had to get 50,000 other things, right? And that's a dumb example. But the point is that, when you're praying for something, I shouldn't say that. You're praying for something, you're praying for everything that goes along with it. Yes, and then yes. Yeah, you're raising your hand.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Remember.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, is it...
So you remembered.
Yeah, now I remember. But is it safe to say that whatever we pray for, just ask Allah to have it be a mechanism by which we can become closer to Him,
Sure.
And if I use that as a pretext, then I'll be all right.
Inshallah. I mean, when you feel like you see your dua getting answered, respond with gratitude, right?
Right.
Maybe at this moment, I might just want a sundae, right? No other reason, because that's just what I want right now. But then if I
Sunday?
a samosa sundae would be better with
on top.
hummus on top. Yeah. But then when you get it,
Don't
respond with the hummus on
There's like
top.
The act of asking in itself is there's also reward.
The fact that you're asking is rewarded.
Can I say
Yes, ma'am. Zahra, and then.
He stole mine, but I was gonna say, like, you can make the dua, like, Ya Allah, give me a cat, but make it so that when I have the cat, it brings me closer to you.
Yeah, totally.
So, like, you can ask about the small things, but, like, you have to be smart about it.
So I
That's a
gotta
big
ask you a
house,
question.
extra
It's actually
prayer.
really smart to make. It's really smart to mention this dua over and over in front of a group of people.
Yeah.
So it puts pressure on your mom.
So a really good dua also
I'll
to
say
make
Amin to that.
a really good dua
Mom is like, please let her draw to this cat face.
Why do I
Oh,
bring
Lord,
this
please.
is on the ride home, don't let mom yell at me because I keep asking about a cat. That might be also a good dua.
No, like, Ya Allah, please make my mom accept cats.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's, like, bad for her, it's just, like, changing her will.
Oh, inshallah.
But then you have to be careful because you might be inundated with cats around your house.
Okay, I have a question. Like, do we?
Much more.
All right,
What if you have a cat?
We got a couple more minutes.
You don't realize
Yes.
How we stand it? I think the key is to be open about what you want and to talk to Allah as if He's the closest being to you. So if you want something, ask for it, and if you want the prayer of the heart and you're not sincere about the thing, you can do that.
Okay, you lost me at the last one.
I'm just saying that, like, you know, I guess for me, I was saying that certain things that I want, like when I think about it, it doesn't really have intrinsic value for me. So when I'm asking for it, I'm kind of like, I don't really care about it that much.
Okay.
But so I'm just saying that for me, that might be the case for a particular thing. But maybe there's something else that I do want that's specific. So the bottom line is, I think the answer to my own question is to just be open and ask for what you want, whatever that might be.
Do we have a lot of cautionary tales about du'as? Like because those.
Like we have a lot of Sunday school cautionary tales.
Yeah, I don't like it. Like it's, I don't. Is that like? Have you actually heard that story that my sister was saying?
I've heard a story almost exactly the same. I feel like I heard it from your sister.
Okay, so like,
I told you before, now you remember it.
I don't think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like gonna be like. I mean, in my understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we ask for like, you know, a huge house, like I don't think it's gonna be like a means to get closer, I mean, farther from him if he gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like we get all of these like cautionary tales about like be careful what you wish for, but like we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's like the best giver. So like
giver. Okay, I'd love to continue the conversation,
Not
but
time
it's a
yet.
good time to make du'as.
Two more minutes.
General and specific. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سبحانك اللهم. Glory to you, O Allah, وبحمدك. Praise